5 minutes to vote.
I'm voting later, dude.
Later?
Yeah, I'm voting later.
Looks like we got 2 for no later. Oh, 1 for yes now. That was Tim. He's hungry.
I'm so hungry. Fuck you, Tim. You're gonna be hungry. There's no functional difference between 13 and 14. They're playing it out. All right. Those are the 2 most powerful decks right now, so I'd be curious to see how that ends up.
Kodal versus
Shiva.
Shiva.
I think that Shiva's been playing a lot of 7-handers, so it'll be interesting to see how she plays against the 630.
I agree.
Especially one that can threaten the amount of damage that Kodal can. Well, good luck, Tim, and good luck, Nick. I'm excited to hear what happens. Maybe we'll, if this goes quickly, we'll see the tail end of that. I doubt it, though. I doubt this one goes faster than... Sorry. Yeah, I doubt this one goes faster than that one.
Really depends on how angry both characters get.
True. Well, I mean, you know, Terry can slow down, and he's an actual 6-hander.
Yeah.
There's a couple characters that I've been very surprised not to see. You know, among them Phil Birch, but also a throw monster. Oh my goodness, what's his name? Jack Lambert.
Jack Lambert, yeah. Jack is really weird. It's complicated.
But not that complicated. You just gotta have a mix of big throws and small throws, right? And there's certainly enough of those. Yeah, Jack Lambert. I think that he's good. I know Mississippi man himself. Oh my goodness. What is his name?
Bradley
Townsley. Yeah, Bradley Townsley played him in an event. And he went into a wall of a bunch of elk shields. Which you don't do very well.
Throws, God.
I guess.
Blood for blood is huge in this matchup. Wowzers.
Oh, yeah. So last time Terry got the top cuts, Terry lost to Blood for Blood.
Oh, really?
Yes. Chris Nixon died to OC's Iori on he was at 1 and he fully blocked something, and OC had used Blood for Blood on the attack, so he died to it. So that is hugely relevant, especially when your character is Scorpion, you know?
Yeah.
You have to play real UFS, you know? Like your block will matter. What does Cap do? For 1 or more cards are discarded from your opponent's card pool during your combat phase to commit 2 of your opponent's. Wow.
Oh, your combat phase. Okay. My jaw was dropping there because I just parsed combat phase, not your combat phase.
Yeah.
Realized you could do it with Dejanet.
Still, that is very. I mean, that's 2 targeted committals, right?
Yeah.
That's very good. I wish that worked like that, so I could be rude.
That would be busted.
With the Janet. Oof. All right, so nothing nuts happening. I mean, Terry went first, so he's getting to build out to his maximum girth.
Yeah. I wonder what this Scorpion deck might have to threaten in Deadlock, or if Terry's gonna go completely off the deep end. Like my first thought in Evil decks is Faithful Monster, but that doesn't do quite so much against infinite.
Yeah, Terry doesn't care so much about that. But I think that Andy I've seen him run Luke Stanridge is his name. He loves that 4/8 you are from Libra, and that certainly is Deadlock.
That's right. Yeah, just name a card, search your deck for as many as you want.
Yeah, I had a turn in Morrigan, or a couple turns, where I was playing against Jose, and I could not draw attacks. Like, legitimately could not draw attacks. It was like 6 turns in a row of, just getting Morrigan, characters and foundations and stuff. But I picked up a Reconquista with Undying Rage, and then picked up the other Reconquistas, and then picked up other attacks with those Reconquistas. And I was like, I didn't draw a single attack. And those games where you tutor up stuff like that feels so powerful.
Yeah.
Like I had a game where I did that with Sung Mina as well, where
tutor chains are broken.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tutor chains are.
I mean, have you hit the like Miracle Evil Bow as Yoshimitsu off of nothing?
Yes. Yeah. Of course.
And get a Guilty Throne, and that Guilty Throne gets you 3 more moves, and then you.
Yeah. The best is when you do it off of a random Manji. You know, you're just like, I could hit it.
Ooh, he's candy.
You drove 5 foundations, and you're just like, I don't know how I kill you. You're like, Manji F hits Evil Bow. Oh, sweet. I guess I kill you now.
I kill you. That's awesome.
But I had a moment like that too, playing Sung Mina, where I was stacked and I drew 5 fresh ones, and it was like 3 Scarlet Thunders and 2 Foundations, and my opponent was totally tapped out. But I was like, I have a Power Cycle, and I have my face, and a Scarlet Thunder in the discard pile, so we can just tap our face, play a Meteor, cycle in another Meteor, pick them up with Thunder, Albion, play these other things. I was like, hey, I actually drew 4 attacks.
Yeah, so I was looking at your Mina deck, watching you stream your Mina deck, and I thought it was really cool, and I just couldn't help but think, how insane is this Mina 2 in retro with Zealot Rush?
Probably crazy good.
It's even a weapon.
Yeah, it's also a weapon that you can just play. yeah.
That's rad.
Yeah, like character. You can just like Mina 1 form, get a Zealot Rush, draw a card, F commit, get an attack, untap face, get another attack.
Yeah.
I guess in retro you can't play Scarlet Meteor, so that second attack can't then get a Scarlet Thunder and put all of your attacks back in your hand.
You're kept a little bit honest, but like, the other attacks you have access to are nuts. I mean, Moonset, you have...
Yeah, like if you start your turn with Scarlet Thunder and Zealot Rush already in play, that is no cards in hand into like 2 Moonsets, plus pick up all your Moonsets.
Yeah. Graceful Rouges, Venom Rouges, whatever your heart desires at that point.
We have a Get Over here into the card pool as the first card. Normally your combo extender whenever you are at pure desperation.
Sure.
It is also a way to kill yourself rather efficiently.
Yeah, it does. It does have the magic word lose 2 vitality on it.
Yeah, so like he can just lose 5 life to this, and then if he's setting up,
we can lose 10 life total.
I was gonna say if he's setting up, if he's got a Death Lords, because Death Lords just runs face first into 3 E destroy speed resets. So maybe that's not our goal here.
I don't know. I mean, so the longer the game goes, the more annoying Terry gets, right?
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Nevos. He's certainly picking up the Death Lords because he can get to desperation fairly easily. But that's on a 6.
He's just failing it.
He's just failing the turn. All right. Well, he can pick up Nevos defensively, right?
This is very conservative play.
No, he cannot. He can pick up.
Get over here because the card pull is right to left.
We could have taken momentum for that, right? It did 2, or did it get? Wait, did it not deal 2?
I don't know.
No, it did. He chose not to take the momentum.
Maybe he chose not to take it.
I still have a Terry's Cap in my card pool because I was looking at it when the card moved.
Maybe that's how it happens. Pinky, that card won Mark Tyner game 2 at Worlds.
I think the card's insane in retro.
Yeah,
this card's literally
his face off.
I think Pinky is very, very underplayed.
It's a 4 diff.
Just a rare piece of character hate.
Saw Blades was already nuts, right?
Oh,
and
Saw Blades is so good.
And I think Saw Blades is better than Pinky, right? But that was very 4 diff. You can't justify playing too many of those 4 diff not attacks.
Yeah. I mean, the other downside of Saw Blades is that it's purely defensive. It's purely offensive, rather.
Sure. Pinky definitely flexes defensively as well. And in a deck like Terry, I for certain he runs Pinky over Saw Blades. But I would categorically say that I would rather have a Saw Blades in my deck than a Pinky.
Well, in Pinky and Terry, it says that on your first attack, if it's not blocked, you get to draw 2 cards. And if it is blocked, you get to just hit him in the mouth for +5 on the next attack.
If they block with a 5, and if their block doesn't leave the card pool, and
yeah, there's hands. There's hands for sure.
I think a critical fact about Terry is that his enhance is not very good, in the sense that it often is extremely bad, and it's the range of its effectiveness varies widely. Sometimes it's sometimes it's +5, but also sometimes +5 doesn't even matter.
So Sam has some interesting choices to flip here. You could flip the Undying Rage if he wants to not let tutoring happen, but the Blood for Bloods are going to come into play, right?
Yeah.
So he opts to stop the tutoring, but I'm fairly certain there are going to be some vicious madnesses coming through here. I don't know what Scorpion has to deal with Elk Shield loops on those, but Terry's going to be taking 5 damage at a time, right?
Right. But Scorpion's taking 4 damage at a time.
True. Yeah,
and
Scorpion
has Surveyor plus throws.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I think Terry's too far ahead at this point to.
Yeah, if Scorpion had some cards like Irritable here, I would like his chances of getting a Blood for Blood sort of like alternate victory off a lot better. But yeah, this is looking like a very rough spot for our hero.
Yeah, I think the.
It's kind of funny to call Scorpion the hero against like the literal protagonist of the series, though.
Well, if Luke is running Reconquista Triumph, I think that I would just build to the moon, right? Because these attacks that the Terry are throwing are, they're not huge, and he's even opting to fail it because he's so far ahead, right? He's going to build into Deadlock. He's going to be able to get, but like all you need is that first enhance to grab 4 attacks if you do it right. He, by the
way, is not playing Reconquista.
He's not. Oh, that's too bad. So I don't know what he could do then. That's rough. This might just be a bad matchup for the Scorpion.
Yeah, this looks like the kind of thing that the tools here to fight this kind of matchup don't necessarily look like they're here.
All right,
we're kind of set at our bike only goes up to so high of a gear, and
right. And unfortunately, you can't even get to a point where like a huge Deathlord's Impalement gets sent because
this deck is incredibly well equipped to never die to that.
Yeah, we have 2 bakeries and a Mother Russia in play.
Yeah,
and the Deadlock is already on the board for Terry. It's just this is not looking like a game that Scorpion. This is kind of an inevitability at this point, I think.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, especially with Surveyor already down. Like it's kind of a measure. Like Scorpion's already at 18, so he is already in desperation whenever he wants to be.
Right.
So yeah, we just want to make sure we don't overextend at all and just steadily chip him away, because as soon as this game ends, the less chance he has to get out.
Yeah, he's just waiting for. I think that the Scorpion is waiting for 6 attacks, right? But even that's just not going to kill him. He's just going to loop Elk Shield, and he has enough speed hate on the board to be able to get there. So right now, I think Sam is just going to be content to flip the entirety of Scorpion's staging area while waiting for a good chain of multiples. At this point, every from Science is going to have multiple 2, now multiple 3.
Yeah, and if Scorpion ever builds another foundation, then the second Saintly Beasts get to work.
And Dark Chirito, if it does damage, now they're unblockable, which is lethal.
True. Okay,
he
so
says no.
The flip. Probably to get it out of his hand more than anything else.
Could be, yeah.
At that point. So he can respond Terry's Gap here.
Yes.
Since Revoke leaves due to effect.
No, it's not discarded. It's got to be discarded.
Yeah, discard. Is it? Is it room for play? Oh, it's just discarded.
Not discarded.
Well,
different verb.
Remember they changed a lot of that stuff, right? With remove, does that count for discard? Oh, and he's going to kill Terry's Cap. I don't think that works, though.
I guess I'm down to let it go, but
yeah,
because if you say that they changed the verbiage on discard and remove,
yeah. Well,
I trust you.
Yeah, they changed a lot of the cards that said remove from the card pool, right? Because it used to be that anything that left the card pool was just called removed.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. They had a lot of like things would say remove, and those got changed to mean leave.
Yeah.
Leave the card pool.
But that card specifically says discarded. So
right.
I think, I mean, you could feasibly rewind far back enough, but I don't know. I don't think it changes a whole.
It actually puts Scorpion in a worse position because now we have a Tagore Brothers in the card pool to be kicked.
Yeah.
I say let it ride. It's fine.
Yeah. And so, it looks like Scorpion's throwing in the most trusted assassins here to say, listen, I want to make sure I get another turn here.
Right.
Hack your checks up a little bit, make it so you want to keep attacking me. Because there is a shot that if Sam goes really hard here and decides, no, I'm killing you this turn, he can easily miss.
Yeah, I don't think.
But I don't expect him to do that.
I don't think he will. I think Sam is content to sit around for a little while longer.
10 feet taller.
I mean, he's been ending his games 1-0 and being totally content to do so.
Yeah. I mean, that's Terry, right? That's
man is here to play UFS, and the more time you're playing UFS, the more UFS you're playing. So,
okay, blocks with Blood, Sweat, and Beers. Gonna take 4. Go to Desperation now, and kind of that's a good block if you're trying not to get yeeted by a couple big throws.
Oh, that could be. Oh, non-character card. Damn. Yeah, I don't really see a lot of responses even on Terry's side of the field. I guess Pinky. You could have Blood, Sweat, and Beers 18 Pinky.
And a Breaker 2. If we gotta get there.
I suppose.
Yeah, actually, I guess in my head, I kind of discounted like, oh yeah, what's Breaker 2 worth when you're practically in deadlock, but when it's a 5-hit string and every card is getting hit with Breaker 2, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this is not an easy wall to crack,
Certainly. And it just got a lot harder.
Ooh.
That's one that I would like to cancel a response on.
Yeah. I was playing an Ash deck and I had a Protecting the Protector out, and there was a part where I from Scienced and grabbed 7 momentum, and
Jesus.
Yeah, there's certainly nothing that an opponent can do to you ever when you have that card in 7 momentum.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they can destroy every card in your staging area by destroying your face.
I guess so, yeah.
That's the only route.
Yeah. In Standard, it is a viable thing to bang his face, because that is a lot of cards that he cannot pass. That he used to pass checks anymore, right?
Not through Protecting the Protector.
Not through Protecting the Protector, exactly. That's
but they could bounce Protecting the Protector or add it to your momentum, right?
True.
Those two bypass.
They can do either of those things. They can moonset it.
Funny shape ones.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some weird scalpel sized tools you have to use to get around Protecting the Protector. All right.
That's a fine start.
So this is Scorpion saying, this is the turn. I've got to kill you.
So here's the crazy thing. We're as Sam, as Terry, we're just gonna destroy a foundation and bring in Big Cyclone.
Big Cyclone?
Yep.
Yeah. So, do you need to?
Sam said that was the thing that he was most excited about for this deck. And so yes, Sam needs to.
All right, fair enough.
To get his jollies off.
It takes away Scorpion's speed pump. And also, like, it might not be strictly necessary, but I think it is profitable.
Sure.
And, got some concession value, like.
If I were in his situation, I would probably wait to see. Like, I would want my opponent to commit a little bit harder. Although it's a little bit dangerous. If my opponent passes on the first enhance, then I probably go for it, because there's some people who will just like, they'll destroy their whole staging area to prevent you from getting Cyclone in your card pool.
So right,
they get priority.
Yeah,
but you're kind of winning in that rate too, because they're getting +1 progressive and destroying one of their foundations. Like,
yeah.
So I would leave that option and try to like trap my opponent into a situation where they've committed cards from their hand that I can answer pretty easily. Like this card is just going to get cornered and blocked, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
I don't think there's any losing plays from Sam here.
Yeah. No, I'm just talking semantics.
Yeah.
Of I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just I find myself going, pulling the brakes on some, and sometimes I get punished for it. Where an opponent identifies that I'm trying to trap them in a situation like that. Yeah. And they're like, well, I have game now. I can play around that. So
Graven Castle is a very complex card.
Yeah.
The other thing about tossing the big Cyclone in now is it kind of shows that Sam's really respecting Scorpion, because even though this defense is really good, what happens if Sam doesn't know deck lists? We haven't seen a Coffee Samba. What if in the bottom 30 cards of the deck we found a Coffee Samba, right? And that commits everything? Well, now my +6 on Scorpion is just gonna mollywop me.
Sure.
Yeah, Coffee Samba is one of the best tools if it's available against these kind of big Cyclones. In general, because you can often sneak in a bunch of hits after they Cyclone and they're just not interested in blocking because it's not worth it. And if you're off mid, you can actually get that momentum going. And then a Samba lets you present a whole bunch of 5 damage attacks that are still 5 damage even if big Cyclone's there.
Okay, so Sam's gonna take 1 from the block because of static on Flame Aura and commit a foundation to build down Cormorant,
as well as then the Breaker 2.
Yeah,
strong stuff.
And he draws a card.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
I wonder what's the largest hand size we've seen Terry reach in these games.
It's very fun to see Sam play this sort of deck, because he I played him a lot online and in person. I like playing Sam. He's a very amiable guy, very, very likable.
Love your word choice.
But he often plays a lot of very aggressive decks, because he's like, I want to play what I think is the best thing in the format, right? That's or not want to, just he feels like he wants to win more than he cares about playing a really like fun deck. But he's always talking about how he wishes that there were better control decks that weren't Kuwabara, because he doesn't like Kuwabara. I'm glad that he's playing a control deck now, because in his win with Goro, I think everybody got to see, even though the Goro was kind of like memed on as a like just degenerate balls to the wall aggressive deck. I mean, Sam was defending really well, like against me, against Jose. It's that was one of the frustrating things about playing against it, is that he was defending very, very well with this 4-hand size character that is not supposed to defend very well. So he's got great fundamentals, and I think like some people will watch this match and be like, snoring away, but this is like watching Dave Wegner play, to me, where it's like, he's not taking a ton of risks because he doesn't need to, right? He's identified that he's in a winning position, and he can control the flow in these very, slow, measured grips. And right now, he sees a kill, and he's threatening. He's saying, "Are you going to revoke the momentum enhance? Are you going to revoke this thing?"
So hear me out, guys. Here's how Scorpion can still win. Right?
Okay.
So he's going to Graven Castle Ruins a Flame Aura into his card pool. Then he's going to block with the Flame Aura. Then he's going to Graven Castle Ruins another Flame Aura into his card pool. And he's going to block with a fourth Flame Aura.
Wow.
And he's going to do it again. Burn him for 6 this time with sextuple Flame Auras. And that's 12. He only needs 2 more blocks to get game. And these are all high attacks. Easy pickings at 0 speed against Flame Aura.
True.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
You're right.
Wait.
If he copies Flame
Terry
Aura,
kicks him out. Damn it.
Terry kicks him out. Oh no! I was so in. I'm like, could this actually? I'm sitting here crunching numbers in my head, dude.
Oh, and so
Yeah.
Luke missed the window.
Missed the step here, yeah.
That's okay. I mean, that's a mistake everybody makes one time. You know?
Yes.
Like everybody gets hit by that thing one time, and that's okay.
For anybody who doesn't know what Graven Castle does, it says that your attack is +2/+2 for each other copy of it in your card pool. The multiples count because they have the same name as the original card. But the fact that it's playable by either player, if Scorpion would have played this enhance, it means that the enhance had already been used, which means that Terry would not have been allowed to.
Right.
Yeah, terrains are messy.
Yeah. Because it's supposed to be the stage, right?
Yeah, I love it. I think terrains are really cool.
Yeah,
I mean, they put some more wrinkles in your brain.
For sure.
But they also turn the game sometimes into a contest of who has a wrinklier brain, and that's not necessarily what we're here for.
Right. I mean, there's like I love when somebody dives to their own like maze castle. You know?
yeah. But I think Graven Castle especially is basically just a knowledge check. Like, hey, have you played against Graven Castle before? Do you know the trick?
Yeah.
Versus, do you just assume that it's a terrain in your opponent's staging area, so they're going to be able to do the thing?
And Graven oftentimes can work against you. You know,
absolutely. Yeah,
it's very powerful in lots of contexts, and it's what the terrain is supposed to do. It puts power in both players' hands, but the owner is going to have most likely the most game with it, but your opponent can absolutely use it to their own advantage. I mean, that's terrain's fun. In
the side event it must have been Worlds 2018 with Bebop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They had the Mortal Kombat preview, and they had all the characters, and said this. You can play with the characters, and they might have had like some booster packs or something. I don't remember. But I signed up with Kung Jin and put it in front of Giggles' Mad Pro deck.
Mm-hmm.
That had gotten diversified out of singles by Keenan. And
big shout outs.
Yeah. And in the side event, what I ended up playing, I made it to the finals, and I got paired into a Fey deck that was doing the Fey Graven Castle, like the Fey wall deck that was doing Graven Castle Ruins, Big
Cyclone, and
Big Cyclone, and it was killing with Black Dog's Fangs plus Assassination Attempt for the momentum. So it used Graven Castle as its momentum source on top of everything else.
Wow,
that's hot.
As well as being able to block a whole lot with Black Dog Fangs became to that.
Chris is taking notes.
I actually never liked good symbol Fey. And I played a lot of it. I tried I've put a lot of time on all over symbols.
Yeah.
But back then it was like the Graven thing was really cool when you could use like explosion and bubble lead. But the Black Dogs thing never really struck me as like.
It was very slow.
Yeah.
But also very hard to stop at that time, I think. And I think it was very much a reactive choice of, listen, I'm sick of all these assholes doing all this Bebop garbage, and so I'm going to tell them all to stop, and then I'll beat them eventually after I've told them to stop for long enough.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. I think it's nifty.
Yeah, these are real big, huh?
Yeah, they're
40 damage from science.
Yeah, that is certainly double lethal, and Luke kind of expressed that he did not have a full block there, so I think this is going to game 2.
But yeah, basically the punchline of that story was I hoisted him with his own petard in the last game. He didn't have a big cyclone in his discard pile, and I've been grinding him out with a whole bunch of just like printed damage attacks or running things into Woodman's Leaf Shields and the rest of his board. But I got 4 momentum, and then I played a Coffee Samba, and all the Coffee Samba multiples got I first seed with Graven Castle to pump the damage, and hit him for like 7,000 with his terrain.
That's a vibe for sure.
Yeah.
Or at least a vibe check, you know? It's like, well, yes, I can do that too. Yeah. a long time ago, like when I was first starting playing, Good was the first deck I played Fae on, and we were using like Ceratanium Blades.
Yeah, that man. Remember when we played Ceratanium Blades because there wasn't Royal Bodyguard yet?
Yeah, there sure wasn't Royal Bodyguard yet. Yeah, but like I had pulled a bunch of missile launchers, so I chucked them in, and I was just like, I feel like I could be playing any character on any of these symbols and be doing similar things. Like Ceratanium Blades was the only one that I felt was like really great. There was another one, another card pull stuff thing from that.
While we're sideboarding, I'm curious about our table 1. I want to go check that out.
Oh, it was copyright Dr. Light.
Yep.
Ah, that one, yeah.
Yeah, that card was the Fate deck that I played that year in teams. Got me to top 4.
Nice.
I wanted to just copyright it all over the place.
Yeah, that card was really strong, actually. Still is very good. You can use it in retro, and she can certainly feel it. I just, I had problems with the good symbol I had at that time, which was just blocking wasn't so easy. Still have no way to really interact with my opponent's staging area, and speed was a problem. Speed was the biggest problem for that symbol at that time,
for sure.
And it felt like water and chaos both had balanced fighter, so I felt like they had a little bit more game when it came to that.
Yeah, so just a quick report in on the table 1 match. Tim's at 2. He has a Moonset locked in his card pool. She was at 9 and just started her turn. And her turn is Holiday Cheer, Murderous Addiction, New Master, pass. 3 foundations holding an unknown card in hand.
Oh, man.
Yikers.
So the 4 hand size problems with.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. It's a thing.
And Tim just cycled.
Ooh.
Let's go.
So what Scorpion has to do to win this match is get real angry real fast, kill himself to 13, and then dumpster Terry on turn 3.
Yeah,
it's gotta be just on turns 2 and 3. 100%, I agree with you.
We can right now burn 5, 6 vitality and not take any damage. 6, 7, 8, 9 if we toss the Cormorant in hand. Not to mention anything else on the attacks. But it pretty much guarantees that the Cormorant is going to be blocking, especially with minus speed and readying cards.
I think you would add the Guardian, right?
Yeah, I was just thinking how much life I could get, but probably the technical play is Guardian.
True, if you want to get there, so you can cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, go to 19 if your attack cuts you for 4 more. Or if you have 2 attacks, cut for 4.
Yeah, but you have to get through a Cormorant first in order to do that.
Well, so if he has the nuts of like Demon Grab into Hellfire or Impalement, whatever it's called, that would kill him in because he doesn't have any speed resets, and those would both be for like 18. And I would take that play. I would do that. Turn 2, Demon Grab, cut everything on my face. Impalement puts me down. Oh, Syndicate target. This is a very poke heavy deck.
It is.
Yeah, the Scorpion.
Yeah, he's definitely just poking.
Hey, pokes become not pokes.
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Yeah, totally. It's interesting that he's not running any of the so-called power moves that Scorpion runs a lot of the time. You know, with Coffee Sambas, Vicious Madness. He's kind of gone. He's like, no, Deathlord and Impalement is my kill. I've got.
Deathlord. I mean, Nevos is huge too.
Yeah,
and Nevos can be
very big,
especially into a retro format that maybe people haven't played against before. You know, it can be a nasty surprise when Scorpion reversals you for 30.
True.
Yeah.
Which is not an unreasonable number.
Yeah, true.
Turn 2 is not happening anymore.
Yeah.
That is the biggest stop sign I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And we take the 2, draw a card. I mean, we could keep attacking here and be fine.
And get the momentum.
Yeah.
Huh. At table 1, Tim just went Reverberate multiple 1, which I'm assuming is playing into another Reverberate. I think it's looking like a dead Shiva. He's only got 1 card in his hand.
That happens sometimes.
Although, I mean, on this enhance, he can New Master to add that momentum into the card pool.
And there is Murderous Addiction, which saves damage.
True.
Even if you can go back up from Reverberate's effect afterward.
Yeah. I think the play here
has
and
there's Jason Batten too, so Shiva has a couple life.
Yeah.
I would love to see Tam run Scorpion for the standard TTS tournament. That would be fun. But no, I'm gonna commentate if I can. I think that's more interesting for the game, for the good people.
But there's no way that Tim didn't see all this stuff on the board and anticipate coming.
Do you guys want me to jump over to that match?
No,
Sure.
I'm having fun looking at yours and then also looking at this one. But if you want to come watch, that's cool. I think we should finish that one out. I just wanted to go see it because Kevin said something about it.
Fair enough. So back in Terryland, Necro Driver is hitting the stage, just trying to get a poke in, steal the momentum, and then we're just gonna build back out.
Yeah, it's looking. Man, that big Cyclone block was huge.
Yeah,
I totally agree. But with that said, unless we like drop a Graven Castle this turn, the same game plan could be on the table, right?
Sure. Dark Side is a speed reset, which is really important. He needs to hit those as early as possible, I think.
Dark Side says that we just we lift it with.
Sure.
We get to fully pay the 3.
Yep. So he's not reviewing a single card, it looks like. Scorpion needs to absolutely go ballistic, right?
Yeah, this is the turn to kill him. Looking in discard, because if we Togoro Brothers any of these foundations, Pursuing gets to add whatever we want back in. So
right.
If we Togoro's the Dark Side of Karma, he just gets it back.
Right. Okay. So he's saying, I know that you're going to Cormorant block this. But I need to deal as much damage as possible to you right now. And he can certainly get to Desperation whenever he wants to now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are there 4 blood for blood in this deck? Holy fuck.
Yes, I believe so.
Whew.
Yeah, it's a lot of blood for blood. It definitely is for a bit of a grindier game, which is needed for this Terry matchup, you know?
Sure.
The only thing that I wish existed in the deck more is maybe a little bit of life gain if you're going to be playing 4 blood for blood.
Yeah, if you're playing all those, you may as well be playing Irritables as well.
But at the same time, normally we're not using this blood for blood for the long game. We're using it just to fuel the Hellfire.
Yeah.
Which, hot take, I don't like Hellfire as a card. Not because I don't think not because I don't think it's fun, but just because I don't think it's good. I think there's just too much that interacts with that style of big dunk, you know?
Well, so there's a lot to be said about Scorpion. Like, Scorpion's turns are typically not one attack, right? He builds to the point where he's going to be eating 100, right?
Right.
So it's surprising to me not that the Deathlord is in the deck, because, you know, I think that has to be Fora because it demands an answer. It's like Ailerophobia, right? Internally.
It's like Mega Ailerophobia, yeah.
You know,
I love that comparison.
You know, it's too easy to not run it, especially because it plays so heavily into what you're already doing. So if your opponent has the answer for it, sure, Do they have 2 answers for it? Do they have answers for 2 of those and 2 Vicious Madnesses? Do they have answers for that and Coffee Samba? You know, like that's kind of how Scorpion usually runs. Is like he's just like, I know you've got stuff for this one. You know?
Yeah.
So and I think Impalement has a pretty good block, doesn't it? It's not like
I think it's a 1 mid. Hilariously, as I'm over here poo-pooing the card.
1 mid block. I mean, it's just like a really large card, it's big and dumb. You know, like I don't like it.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at. Yeah,
that's all it does is it's huge and dumb. But I've certainly been killed by Impalement when I felt like I was very, very safe. You know,
100%.
Just like I've been killed by Vicious Madnesses and things like that, where I was like, oh, big dumb card, I'd never play that. Big dumb card gets the job done, dude. Timmy cards good sometimes.
They certainly are.
All right, here comes the minion grab.
Really good on a 3, 4, 5, 6. Checks a 5, taps a 1 for 6. I love it.
Yeah. So this is gonna get big, and unless Terry is holding an Elk Shield in hand, these throws will start to hurt.
This card also has Blood for Blood on its face.
Right. And the one thing I would be worried about is using too much of these Blood for Blood enhances, because you want to keep it for those impalements, right? You want to make sure you have enough life to fuel the kill. So,
right.
Like I would use enough on this thing to make sure that, if he has an Elk Shield, he has to use it. But I would also want to make sure that I had 2, 4, 6 Impalement cuts to 8. I would have at least 9 health here.
And that's taking into account with getting rid of the dark side?
Yeah.
Okay.
So ideally I would have 12 going into that thing. But I'm accounting for the Blood for Bloods and Scorpion hits, and ideally your opponent is not blocking the impalement, so you don't need to use those. Those are just to get life out of there.
Correct. To make it faster, make it stronger.
Oh,
make it better, make it harder.
At the absolute most, it's gonna come in with so he's cutting more. So he's only gonna be able to put 6 speed on it, which is blockable right now. So I guess he's not going to be chucking an impalement. He's just saying, no, this is gonna deal at least 6-7 damage if you block with a Elk Shield. There's the Elk Shield. Yeah.
Love to see the 6.
And way more if you don't block with it. So he's taking quite a bit of damage on that one. It was for 9, so he took 5 plus the 6 from Blood for Blood. No, he only used 2 of the Scorpion type enhances, so he took 4 extra. Took 9. He took 9 or 9. Has another demon grab.
Minion grab might close it out?
Oh, minion grab, not demon grab. So checks another minion grab though. That's neat.
One of these gets canceled by the by the dark side, right?
Dark side? Yeah. Well, I guess you don't add it to hand anymore, right?
Right. I mean, one of the Blood for Bloods first blocking.
Yeah. I would rather it get canceled than anything else. He's untapping those 2 because it has Desperation 1 right now.
Blocked.
Yeah.
He's gonna go find an asset, an Elk Shield that he conveniently just checked.
Amazing.
Tagora Brothers is the best option we have. The best hope.
Nope. Looks like he does not have it.
Tagora Brothers.
Oh, he's at maybe.
Unfortunate for. Oh, we do have the revoke. Okay.
All right. So Sam is going to die here, I think. Oh. So Sam might be arguing that he discarded the card and asked.
Yeah, it's cost.
Well, he like that's what I'm saying is that he. So what probably happened here is that Luke waited until he saw the card that he's going to pick up and then said he was going to revoke. But you have to revoke after cost is paid.
Got it.
That's how it is.
That is how it is. I guess.
Nice Congrats on the Swiss champ, buddy. We actually went 1-5. I'm sorry, Jose. I really believe in that.
Maybe if you would have played the chaos list that I sent you, maybe you could have done something better, you know?
I think his air list was better than a chaos list. Gonna be honest.
That's okay.
I thought
Jose, did you have fun?
Ben is cursed.
Maybe
Ben is not cursed. There's no way Ben's cursed. I think you're just a mongoloid, Jose.
Maybe Ben isn't cursed and he's just not good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe he's just bad. Maybe I'm freaking wrong, you know? Spent all this time like, wow, stripping my opponent's entire hand is busted, and getting 100 momentum is busted.
I mean, it's like Rose Mystique and Standard, right? Like, stripping their hand is a step, but it doesn't win the game at all. It can be good.
Well, I just figured like Fuma kills people when they have no hand, right?
Yeah, but you don't always have.
Reduction into crit split kills people when they have no hand.
You know, it's kind of like Cam says, if you need to have a plan A and a plan B, and if you don't draw Fuma, you gotta have plan A. You gotta have plan B.
You gotta have plan B. That's true. Very true.
Like, I mean, Air isn't good at killing people, right?
I mean, he has enough, right? Like,
good at it. That's
a lot of multiples that he can fuel. Fuma, West Wind combo.
Yeah, I mean, West Wind combo is a 15 damage attack. That's like above average.
That's a lot of damage. What? That half kills rando.
How big are all of Scorpion's attacks?
Whoa. Checks a 5, commits 1 for 6.
Whoa.
Hold on. How do we do this?
How do you make it unblockable? It's 2 mid. Can't heal enough to get the dark side into your hand.
It's 2. Why is it a 2 mid?
I think.
And they just wait and ready the hell's reach when you do the pass.
Yeah, or sense of morals, or
we revoke. We play the revoke when he flips the dark side.
Right, but I don't think he's gonna flip the dark side. He's gonna He's gonna remove the dark side too. Oh, okay, he is flipping the dark side.
We revoke right now.
No.
Here is revoke.
Here's revoke.
Here it is. We've shown you. We'll play this card on the 4 now.
What?
Revoke. You can do it. I believe in you. You can do it.
Bounce Hell's Reach.
Yeah. If you bounce that, he still has a sense of morals, but he only has two up. But he still blocks on a 3.
Too late.
Nope. Okay. It's okay. He can add.
He can bounce the face now, right?
And
yeah, he can. Have we been burning 1 every time we block because of Flame Aura?
I don't know.
I don't think I've been doing that math.
I have not.
Because that would be. Yeah, apparently Sam has. He just burned 1.
Like Sam has been counting that. I trust Sam to do that. Dang. What if he revoked the pickup? I think that would have been lethal, right?
Yeah. You revoke the pickup, and then because every time your opponent passes on the enhance, right? Like that should have been the first thing that we do.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets +1 damage. Just kidding. I thought it got +1 speed. What a. I was thinking it's Raphael.
The speed is if they pass. That is okay. It was a gallant effort, I think.
Certainly. I mean, putting Terry to 5 on turn 2. I mean, it is possible. Terry draws cold.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us, and then all we have to do is, find a singular throw, and then.
No, you're gonna need 5 throws. There's a elk shield right there.
So you throw in a flame aura.
Flame auras.
And a second throw.
2 flame auras and a throw.
And destroy our own foundations to add the flame auras in.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be delicious. Also, we need Sam not to have a throw.
I do really enjoy this matchup, though. I do think that there's a bit of mind gaming going on between the Blood for Bloods and Terry's blocking.
That's not instantly lethal.
He does have a momentum for it. He's gonna have 3 momentum at the end of this. And he'll multiple 1.
Yeah, multiple.
Scorpion's got no play as far as a speed hate goes. So he's going to have to raw block with 2 high.
Yeah, we're pretty sure he doesn't have Flame Aura.
Yeah.
And we also opted not to take any momentum of our own so that we couldn't cancel the multiple.
Yeah.
That works, right?
Maybe
that's an
that's
ability on a weapon. Yeah, that'd have been kind of cool because we did hit him with 2 throws, right?
True.
Yeah, not getting multiple one here seems neat.
No, he did not take any of that momentum.
I believe that is a blunder.
Oh,
hey,
he revoked the multiple. That's where it went.
We found you.
He was very quick on that one.
No asking for cost here. That's for sure. Oh man. Sad stuff. Well, congratulations to Sam for making it into for winning this one. I'm pretty sure Luke also made it in tops, right? I
think at their points they're both in, right?
Luke has 12, so he has a shot depending on how his tiebreakers shake out, but he has 34, which is not terribly high going into this. It's actually lower than some of the 12-pointer. Some of the people who had 9 that I know won.
Fair enough.
We'll have to find out. Either way, like that match was amazing.